The hidden intelligence war behind the Middle East conflict. When wars are discussed in the news, most people imagine missiles streaking across the sky, fighter jets roaring above cities, and explosions lighting up the night. But modern warfare is rarely decided only on the battlefield. Behind every missile launch, every airstrike, and every intercepted drone, there is another war unfolding quietly in the shadows. A war of intelligence, surveillance, satellites, cyber networks, and strategic information. This hidden conflict often determines who sees first, who reacts first, and ultimately who survives. During any major confrontation involving Iran, Israel, and the United States, one question inevitably emerges among analysts and observers around the world. Is Iran truly fighting alone? Or are other global powers quietly influencing the battlefield from behind the scenes? In recent years, discussions about possible cooperation between Iran, China, and Russia have intensified. These discussions do not always appear in official statements or diplomatic press conferences. Instead, they circulate among intelligence analysts, military strategists, and geopolitical observers trying to understand how power is shifting in the modern world. The reason for this curiosity is simple. Both China and Russia have strong strategic reasons to limit American dominance in the global security system. For decades, the United States and its allies have maintained overwhelming military superiority in many parts of the world. Advanced satellite networks, global intelligence systems, stealth aircraft, missile defense technology, and powerful naval fleets created an environment in which American military power appeared almost unstoppable. But in the 21st century, that dominance is increasingly being challenged. Russia has rebuilt parts of its military after the collapse of the Soviet Union. China has transformed itself into a technological and industrial superpower. Both countries now compete with the United States in multiple areas, including space technology, cyber warfare, missile development, and artificial intelligence. Yet neither China nor Russia appears eager to fight the United States directly in a conventional war. Instead, many analysts believe they pursue a different approach. Rather than confronting American power head-on, they may look for opportunities to weaken it indirectly. Regional conflicts sometimes create those opportunities. The Middle East has long been one of the most strategically sensitive regions in the world. It contains vital energy resources, critical shipping routes, and complex political rivalries. For decades, the United States has maintained strong alliances with countries such as Israel and several Gulf states, building a security architecture designed to stabilize the region and protect energy flows. Iran, however, exists largely outside that system. Since the Iranian Revolution of 1979, relations between Tehran and Washington have been deeply hostile. Sanctions, diplomatic isolation, and repeated military tensions have shaped the relationship for more than 4 decades. Because of this rivalry, Iran has gradually developed closer relationships with countries that also compete with the United States. Russia is one of those countries. Over the past decade, cooperation between Moscow and Tehran has grown significantly. Their partnership became especially visible during the Syrian civil war, where both countries supported the government of Bashar al-Assad. Russian air power and Iranian ground forces worked alongside each other in that conflict, demonstrating a level of coordination that surprised many observers. China's relationship with Iran is somewhat different but equally important. China relies heavily on Middle Eastern energy supplies to fuel its massive industrial economy. Iran, with its vast oil and gas reserves, represents an important long-term partner. In 2021, the two countries signed a long-term strategic cooperation agreement involving energy investments, infrastructure development, and economic collaboration. While this agreement focuses primarily on economics, it also reflects a deeper political alignment. Both countries share an interest in challenging what they see as excessive Western influence in global affairs. This background helps explain why discussions about intelligence cooperation sometimes emerge when regional conflicts escalate. Modern warfare depends heavily on information. Satellites track troop movements. Radar systems monitor aircraft. Cyber units scan communication networks. Electronic surveillance identifies signals from radar installations, missile launchers, and command centers. The side that sees the battlefield more clearly often holds a powerful advantage. If Iran were able to access additional intelligence capabilities from powerful partners, that information could potentially enhance its ability to understand enemy movements and plan responses. Some analysts speculate that countries with advanced satellite systems could theoretically share certain types of information with partners. Satellite imagery can reveal troop deployments, naval movements, or aircraft activity in real time. Signals intelligence can identify radar frequencies or communication networks used by military systems. Cyber capabilities can sometimes disrupt or confuse enemy command structures. None of these actions necessarily require direct military involvement. In theory, they could occur quietly and indirectly. However, proving such cooperation is extremely difficult. Intelligence operations are designed to remain secret. Even when cooperation occurs, governments rarely confirm it publicly. As a result, discussions about hidden intelligence support often remain in the realm of speculation and analysis rather than verified fact. Another reason these discussions persist is the rapid evolution of missile and drone technology. Over the past decade, Iran has invested heavily in ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, and unmanned aerial vehicles. These systems are often designed to overwhelm air defense networks through speed, maneuverability, or sheer numbers. Air defense systems themselves have become extremely sophisticated. Countries such as the United States and Israel operate layered defense networks that include radar systems, interceptor missiles, and electronic warfare capabilities designed to detect and destroy incoming threats. But even the most advanced systems have limits. If large numbers of missiles or drones are launched simultaneously from multiple directions, defending forces must react quickly and allocate interceptors efficiently. Military strategists often refer to this challenge as saturation. A defense system can intercept many incoming threats, but if too many arrive at once, some may slip through. Understanding how to exploit those limits requires careful planning and precise information. This is where intelligence becomes crucial. Knowing the location of radar installations, understanding the timing of patrol routes, identifying communication frequencies, and mapping defense networks all contribute to the effectiveness of military operations. Countries with advanced technological capabilities possess enormous resources for collecting such information. China and Russia both operate extensive satellite constellations, electronic surveillance platforms, and cyber intelligence units. Theoretically, this technology could generate vast amounts of data about military activity around the world. But whether such data is shared with partners and under what circumstances remains one of the most closely guarded secrets in international politics. There are also strategic reasons why China and Russia might prefer to remain in the background. Directly confronting the United States militarily would carry enormous risks. Both countries possess nuclear weapons, global economic interests, and complex relationships with Western markets. Open war between major powers could have catastrophic consequences for the global economy and international stability. Indirect influence, however, offers a different pathway. By supporting allies diplomatically, economically, or technologically, major powers can shape regional outcomes without becoming direct participants in the fighting. This approach allows them to challenge rival powers while limiting their own exposure to military escalation. Some analysts refer to this as great power competition by proxy. Throughout history, powerful countries have often supported partners or allies during regional conflicts in order to advance their strategic interests. During the Cold War, for example, the United States and the Soviet Union frequently backed opposing sides in regional wars without directly confronting each other. Today's geopolitical landscape is different, but certain strategic patterns remain familiar. Regional conflicts sometimes intersect with global rivalries. The Middle East, with its strategic location and complex alliances, remains one of the places where these dynamics play out most intensely. Another dimension of the modern battlefield involves cyber warfare. Cyber operations can disrupt communications, disable infrastructure, and interfere with military command systems. Because cyber attacks are difficult to trace definitively, they provide a tool that governments can use while maintaining plausible deniability. In theory, cyber support from technologically advanced partners could enhance a country's ability to interfere with enemy networks during a conflict. But once again, confirming such activities publicly is extremely rare. Governments rarely acknowledge cyber operations even when strong evidence exists. This secrecy contributes to the atmosphere of mystery surrounding intelligence cooperation. For observers trying to understand global politics, separating verified information from speculation becomes a constant challenge. Yet one fact is clear: the balance of power in the international system is changing. China's rise as an economic and technological giant, Russia's determination to maintain strategic influence, and the continued military strength of the United States create a complex triangular competition. Regional conflicts often become arenas where these broader rivalries indirectly intersect. In this environment, alliances, partnerships, and intelligence relationships can shape outcomes in ways that remain largely invisible to the public. Missiles and airstrikes may dominate headlines, but the quieter war of information often determines how events unfold. And in that hidden domain, where satellites scan the Earth, algorithms analyze signals, and cyber networks probe for vulnerabilities, the real balance of power may be evolving faster than many people realize. Whether China and Russia would ever provide direct intelligence support to Iran during a conflict remains an open question. But the possibility itself reflects the deeper transformation underway in global politics. The world is no longer dominated by a single uncontested superpower. Instead, multiple major powers now compete for influence across regions, technologies, and alliances. And as this competition intensifies, the most important battles may take place not on the battlefield, but in the shadows, where information becomes the most powerful weapon of all.